Hey guys, my name is Rachel. My partner David and I decided to do our presentation on touch and pain, but we focused specifically on pain since it is an aspect of touch according to our textbook. I also thought it was interesting because we all experience pain at some point in our lives. So my article was titled "The Effects of Culture on Pain Sensitivity." This study compared three different ethnic groups: Italian, Swedish, and Saudi Arabian. My article defined ethnicity as people within a society who share a common language, religion, culture, and experience. These groups had a variety of knowledge types as well as differing sociocultural orientations. They also differed in whether or not they were traditional or non-traditional cultures. And I did want to go ahead and mention that I put mixed for the knowledge type for both Italian and Swedish because I didn't feel like they fit into one specific category. I thought they were more of a mixture. So I did want to talk to you guys a little bit about the participants in the study. They were all female participants with a chronic pain condition called temporomandibular disorder, or TMD. It's actually a type of TMJ, so it deals with the jawbone and the temporal bones. But I have TMJ, so I know that that itself is pretty uncomfortable, so I can only imagine what a chronic pain disorder like TMD feels like. So back to the study. There was a case group with TMD as well as a control group without TMD, and those without TMD were all age matched to those with TMD to make it an even study. And there were about the same number of participants per culture. There were 39 Saudis, 42 Italians, and 41 Swedes. The researchers used convenient sampling techniques to gather these participants, but they had specific inclusion criteria, which you can refer to in my article summary in the methodology section. The researchers used both qualitative and quantitative research. They issued questionnaires to assess the participants' intensity of pain prior to the study, but they also used physical measures such as pain by pressure and pain by electrical stimulation, and they used this data to conduct statistical analyses to compare the following. They examined pressure pain threshold, the pressure that the subject first perceived to be painful; pressure pain tolerance, the most painful pressure the subject could tolerate; electrical pain threshold, the electrical stimulus that the subject first perceived to be painful; and electrical pain tolerance, the most painful electrical stimulus that the subject could tolerate. I thought it was interesting that they used both pressure and electrical pain to see if there was a difference there. I did also want to mention that since different cultures were compared, all questionnaires and instructions given were translated into the participants' native languages to minimize any cultural misunderstandings that might take place. Ultimately, Italians had the lowest values of pressure pain threshold, pressure pain tolerance, and electrical pain tolerance, while Swedes had the highest value of pressure pain threshold and pressure pain tolerance. Saudis averaged somewhere in the middle for both items. The researchers were restrictive in these conclusions, meaning they did not generalize these findings to any other populations. Personally, I knew that each individual had a different tolerance for pain, but I was not aware how much of an impact culture had on this phenomenon. I think future research should be conducted on both men and women in these cultures, since it is often believed that men have a higher tolerance for pain than women. I also think it would be interesting for this study to be used across other cultures as well, so we could see if there or how much of a difference there is across both Western and non-Western cultures. So the aim of this particular study was to assess the impact that the culture had on pain, and I think it really illustrated that different cultural factors, both directly and indirectly, relate to how we each perceive pain. And here is my reference, which you can also find on my summary page along with a link to my article. All questions and comments are welcomed, so please leave those in your feedback if you have any comments. Thanks, y'all.